Take as much time as you like, my friend. It's only the High King and the entire kingdom of Rivenspire waiting. Good, though I do hope you've given the matter due consideration. This isn't like choosing which tunic to wear in the morning. It will affect many lives and the future of the Daggerfall Covenant. Tell me then, House Tamrith or House Dorell? If that's your counsel, then I will make Baron Dorell King of Shornhelm. Are you certain, though, that this is the wisest course? The brave Baron Dorell, then. I know he is a valiant warrior, and I expect he will make a wise and honorable king. King Allard of Shornhelm. It even has a nice ring to it. Then it's decided. Thank you for your counsel. Both King Allard and myself will be in your debt. After all you've done, there's no reward that can express my gratitude. But please, accept this gift. I'd feel guilty if I didn't give you something. If I might have everyone's attention. I have decided to crown a new King of Shornhelm. Allard Dorell.
May I have a word with my husband's new best friend?
Please come forward. I hereby name your house the new Royal House of Shornhelm.
I give you my solemn oath, Your Majesty. I will lead the kingdom of Shornhelm with wisdom and honor, and I pledge my eternal allegiance to you and to the Daggerfall Covenant.
All hail the new ruler of Rivenspire!
Thank you for the vote of confidence, my friend. I promise you, I will do everything in my power to restore Rivenspire to its former glory. We will tell stories of your courage to inspire our soldiers, and you will always be welcome here.
You faced down Montclair and
I respect your decision, and that of the High King, of course. I will do all I can to support King Allard. I do worry about his militaristic tendencies, though.
You realize that since I made this decision based on your recommendation, that if ever there's a rebellion in Rivenspire, well, you'll at least have to help me clean it up.
Today is a fortuitous day indeed for Rivenspire, though I fear other kingdoms within the Covenant may not be so lucky. I know that my husband considers you to be his champion, but I wonder if you might be willing to assist his queen as well? I have heard troubling news from Sentinel. Rumors say that enemies from my father's past have returned. I wrote to him right away, of course, but as everyone knows, King Faharajad can be slow to respond. Still, I fear for his safety. Necromancers. Their kind has not been seen in the Alakir Desert for years, but that only makes them more dangerous. If you can go to Sentinel and just ensure all is well, it would be a relief. I have made travel arrangements, if you are willing. Look for a ship called the Don Posset offshore at North Point. The first mate, Elvira Dere, should be waiting for you on the docks, ready to leave for Sentinel. When you get there, just make sure the city is safe. Only visit my father, if you wish. Of course. I'm relieved already, just knowing that you will go. If there's any trouble there, I know my father could use help, whether he wants it or not. I'm sorry, I digress. You said you have a question. When I was very young, there was a necromancer, Satura. He raised an army of the dead and marched on Sentinel. Though my people will not fight the dead, somehow my father won the battle. If Satura has returned, though, it would be very bad. No, it is a matter of faith. Our people believe that desecrating the dead, even if they have been risen, is a terrible dishonor. This is why a necromancer in Sentinel would be a very bad thing, and why I am concerned for my father's safety. My husband has many admirable qualities, and one of them is a hopeless optimism. He rarely takes action until a problem has at least been confirmed. As I said, I have only heard rumors of trouble in the Alakir. Hopefully it is nothing. Of course. My father is King Faharajad, my brother Azah, my sister Lakana, and I were raised in Sentinel. Then one day, my father told me he had to marry me to this mad, young king of Wayrest, Emmerich. I was furious, of course, but I came around.
Smell that air. Smells like victory. House Montclair's hold on Shornhelm has been broken, but our job isn't done yet. Montclair loyalists still operate out of Shornhelm, yes? Whatever they are planning, we must know. They use couriers to pass messages, and that is how we shall find their informer, their spy. Adusa would sniff him out, but for you, something more subtle. Start at the west gate, find the courier named Guitot. Follow him, watch him. He will try to pass a message. Watch and see who comes to find it.
We haven't had a real king since Rancer. He was a little crazy. I hope our new ruler isn't quite...
Countess Tamrith returns here for her father's funeral, and what does House Montclair do?
Should I go ahead and get the guard?
Spare some gold for a worker down on his luck. I saw him throw a coin in the fountain and took it before someone else did. If you want to know what I'm going to do with the coin, I'll probably use it to buy a heel of bread. Speaking of coins, I could use more if you can spare them.
Please, don't walk away. Don't ignore me. I really need your help. This blasted war has been devastating to us common folk. Can you spare a few pieces of gold for a poor beggar? Ah, a trade, of course. Give me some gold and I'll tell you what I know. If that's your idea of a fair trade, I want nothing to do with you. But if you want to find the dust sweep, try the house across the way. He shares it with his wife. She's a lovely woman. Much too good for the likes of that scoundrel, I say.
Fine, how do you do? Do you make a habit of barging into a person's house? You're lucky. If I weren't so exhausted, I'd knock you over the head with my broomstick. If you're looking for my lazy husband, he's out somewhere, doing who knows what. I work 2 jobs to keep us fed, but they call him the dust sweep. Breaks my heart. He was, but there isn't much call for his services of late. Me, I take care of the miller's children every morning and then clean noble manors all afternoon. I'm wiped out. Well, things might be worse elsewhere. We at least have a house here, such as it is. I don't want to end up living in some raggedy tent worrying about wild animals, or worse, attacking. Shornhelm is my home. That's where I'll stay. What do you think you're doing? First you enter uninvited, then you start rifling through my cabinets. What is this, some kind of sick joke? Wait, I've never seen that book. What is it? He what? No. My husband has some silly ideas, but he's not... He wouldn't. What are you going to do? He didn't do this out of malice. He just wanted to support us. He hates that I have to work so hard. He's a good man, but they'll kill him for this. Keep the code book, just don't implicate my husband. You have what you need, right? Just keep Edward out of it. You get what you need, and my husband remains a free man. Oh, bless you. Don't you worry. I'll keep the fool in line from now on. As soon as he gets home, I'm going to give my husband a piece of my mind. Edward will be lucky if I don't throw him out after all this trouble.
Spare some gold for a worker. Do you think I'd rather beg? Who can say?
Have you discovered the identity of the informer? That's a strange way to put it, but Adusa will not pry. I'm disappointed we can't interrogate the informer, but the threat has been taken care of. Thank you. You have been extremely helpful, Five Claw. We unraveled the threads of this plot with skill and daring, like unrolling a spool of yarn. Yarn. Sorry, this one gets easily distracted sometimes. What were we talking about? Oh, yes, yes. This proves Montclair's allies are still plotting and scheming. While you were tracking the spy, Adusa did some tracking of her own. Arcorian Two-Blades, a ruthless killer, is now on the Montclair payroll.
Kill the killer. Adusa would rather do the work herself, but this codebook demands immediate attention. Find the assassin where he waits, west of town. When the deed is done, find me at Ravenwatch Manor. Bright moons guide you.
That's Two-Blades. He has been a scourge on Rivenspire for years. But working for Montclair, that is the straw that broke the Ponyquar's back. He is a cold-hearted killer who enjoys what he does. Just last month, Two-Blades ambushed a caravan bringing supplies to an orphanage in Stormhaven, slaughtered the guards, and made off with the goods. He has no sense of honor.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvest.
With all the recent trouble, these streets aren't safe at night. You should be careful and keep a hand on your gold pouch. No one followed you here, did they? I don't want to move again. I came out here to be alone. Rivenspire is falling to pieces, and I want no part of it. If I were you, I'd find a hole to climb in. And I wouldn't come out until all this passes.
Should fetch a fair fetching price. Friend, I'm so glad to see you again.
I've been keeping up my end of the bargain. With Verandis' help, of course. Verandis approached me not long after we parted ways. He told me he knew what I was going through. He offered me another way, the type of way I was looking for. A way to live alongside people and not be a monster.
Thank you for sparing me. I may never be my true self again, but I can still serve Rivenspire.
I can't believe Verandis is really gone. I'm not sure what we're going to do without him, but we promised to continue the work he started here. That's the best way to honor his memory. In his lifetime, Verandis gave us a chance to be more than monsters, to continue doing good as the creatures we are. I don't know about the others, but I intend to honor him and continue the legacy of his little ragtag group.
Give Adusa the good news. Tell this one that our Corian Two-Blades is just a bitter memory. Best news this one has heard all day. Rivenspire will sleep easier without that monster lurking in the shadows. Maybe we should change his name to No-Blades, yes? Get it? Anyway, thanks for your help. It's good to see Verandis was right about you. You make Rivenspire a safer place with every task you complete. You had a taste with Two-Blades. Ready for something with a little more meat on its bones? Adusa has been studying this codebook, gathering information, learning what she can. It seems Montclair's forces are resolved. They hired Two-Blades to eliminate a list of targets. We need that list. Do you actually listen to what Adusa says? Yes, get the list. This one learned that Rasaba the Keen carries the list. Kill Rasaba, or do not, Five Claw, as you choose. We only need the list. To find Rasaba and the list, head due south from the manor. Follow the river, and you should see them camped between Silverhoof Vale and Camp Temrith. Rasaba the Keen's as cunning as she is brutal. She fought her way to the top of her organization, climbing a ladder of blood. There's always a group of fierce young warriors at her side. If it turns into a battle, you're going to have a war on your hands. This one is a master of stealth and a gatherer of information. Sometimes Adusa strikes, but sometimes Adusa points the blade and lets another drive it home. like your odds. Looks like you're buying at the next pub, Fla. My friend, your return, it is well-timed. For some reason, Montclair's forces have attacked the castle. This one can't imagine why they would do such a thing. Oh, yes. Adusa is fine. Nothing to worry about. Let's take a look at that list. Of course. Barandis, Adusa, and Quindis. We're at the top of the list. That would certainly explain why they attacked the castle, yes? We are the targets? Well, that only proves we are doing something right. If no one wants to kill you, you are not trying hard enough, this one always says. All? All is a very big number, Five Claw. This one smells more of them, all around, in the shadows. We'll meet them here, in the open. No, too open. Into the castle, less directions to defend against. Quickly, Five Claw, follow Adusa. Ready yourself, Five Claw. Here they come. You'll learn too late that Adusa's claws are sharp indeed. May your fur fall out and never grow back, you traitors. Come, you fools. You're so eager for death. Meet this one outside, my friend. Let's make sure we eliminated all of the assassins. How dare the fools invade Ravenwatch Castle? Did they really think they could prevail against us? Now, we fight back. These villains, they think they can strike at us where we live? They are fools, and less than fools. We will take the fight to them. Thanks to the information you have gathered, we know where the worm behind this hides. These assassins, they thought they were hunting us. Now Adusa turns the tables. Now we hunt them. Arcorian Two-Blades, Rasaba the Keen, they were hired by Montclair's nephew, a diseased worm named Robert. He seeks to turn Montclair's remaining forces into an army, bolstered by hired blades. Thanks to the codebook you found, yes, Robert is hiding inside the old Montclair Manor in Shornhelm's upper city. We'll meet in front of the manor house. Then we finish this, one way or another. Meet Adusa at Montclair Manor, Five Claws. It's in Shornhelm's upper city. This one must clean up here first, or Verandis will become very cross. He hates it when we play with our food. A shallow man, lacking any redeemable qualities. This is a power grab, pure and simple. He's trading on his name to try and get a slice of the Rivenspire pie. But if he wants pie, Adusa has a pie for him right here.
I heard the Great Shackle was destroyed.
Montclair's nephew is close. Adusa can smell Robert from here. Adusa is very, very ready. Besides, the odds of actually dying, well, you know how it is with vampires. We're pretty hard to kill. Come, let us put an end to this. My claws and daggers are ready. This one will fight like a whirlwind of fury.
You meddled in my father's business long enough. It looks like I'll have to kill you myself.
Light it!
Change of plans?
Adusa is so happy she could just purr. The fighting, the blood, the excitement. Adusa hasn't had so much fun in an elf's age. And yes, we ended another threat to Rivenspire. That too. All in all, Adusa had a fine, fine day. This threat? Yes. But don't worry, another will appear before you know it. You have been a friend to Adusa, and to Rivenspire. Stay fragrant, Five Claw. This one is sure we will meet again someday. You did well, my friend. Adusa would fight at your side anytime. You'll be the first person Adusa calls. Promise.
Can never have enough of that.
nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
Scourge thump those toothless runts. By Moloch's left fang, those whoreson dogs, sons of trolls, the first forge burn them! Ogre dung. My husband Esmail and I were kidnapped by Oathbound. I fought my way out, but my husband couldn't get through. Damn Osric! I should kill him for this! He's the prince of my stronghold. I left it recently, married a Redguard. Osric swore an oath to Malakath over it, and sent those Oathbound after us. If he thinks I've abandoned my husband, he's a fool. You are kind to make such an offer, my friend. I actually hurt my sword arm slaying my captors. I could use an ally. If this lot has harmed Esmail, I'll bring this cave down around their heads. Osric was the son of the chief back at the stronghold. He figured he'd be chieftain one day and decided all the women of the stronghold were his brides to be. When I left and married Esmail, he was displeased. Osric is everything that's wrong with the old ways. It wasn't that he loved me. He viewed me as property, and I challenged his authority by leaving. He had the Oathbound kidnap my husband and me off the road. Malakath cultists who exact vengeance for vengeance's sake. They must have been pleased. They got to deliver retaliation for the son of a stronghold chief.
the Morrowind has her eye on you.
Pathetic.
Swearing that oath was never going to bring Esmail back. But I hope he's comforted in knowing I've avenged his honor. He never quite understood the fiercer side of my orc tendencies. What those fiends did to him. I pray he rests in peace. There will be an answer for what's happened today. The firstborn of an orc chief is dead. The stronghold will come for me, but my anger runs deeper than they'll expect. I'll gladly pit my rage against theirs. Thank you for all you've done. Honor is satisfied for all that it will do in the grand scheme. My husband is gone. I need to recuperate from today. Then I will face all comers. My stronghold will not forget me. I'll regret my husband's death to my last breath, but until then, I hope Malakath stands with me.
Did you need something? I don't have as many things to sell as I did before the war, but you might see something useful.
never have enough of that.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.